If you are homeschooling and trying to keep a home running at the same time, you're basically doing 2 full-time jobs every single day. And truth be told, it's a lot sometimes, but it's also so worth it because the home that you are building is not just about clean counters or finished math lessons. It's about creating a life where learning, growing, and living all happen together. Today, I'm sharing 5 simple real-life tips that help me balance homeschool and housework without feeling like I have to do it all to do it well. Let's dive in. Tip 1, simplify your expectations. This one changed everything for me. In the beginning, I thought, well, if I could just plan a little bit better or organize a little harder, I could somehow keep this house spotless and homeschool beautifully. But real life doesn't work like that. And honestly, I'm glad that it doesn't. Now I ask myself just one simple question. What actually matters most today? Not what would impress somebody, not what looks good on Instagram, but what actually matters most for our family right now in this season. Sometimes that means the floors aren't perfect, but we did have a really great history discussion. Sometimes it means the dishes pile up a little bit in the sink, but that's because we spent the afternoon outside reading and playing together. It's not about lowering your standards in a bad way. It's about raising the value of what truly matters. At the end of the day, a lived-in, loved-in home is more important than a spotless one. And the memories that you're building, they are worth way more than a perfectly folded towel. We can't expect our homes to look untouched when we actually live in them all day. And honestly, we shouldn't want them to. I like to remind myself, my home needs to be clean enough to be healthy and messy enough to be happy. A big part of keeping balance is having simple set routines that cover the basics. Things like dishes, laundry, and sweeping. Kind of those non-negotiables that keep life moving. And then each day, I just set 3 top priorities, 3 realistic wins that fit into the day. So this helps keep me focused, it helps keep me steady, and most importantly, it keeps me from feeling like I'm just chasing this never-ending list, which brings me to the second thing that has made a big difference in our homeschool, which is building a daily tidy habit. Instead of letting the house get overwhelming and trying to catch up on all of the things at once, we build little tiny resets into our day. So this is nothing fancy, nothing that takes hours, just small little moments where we put things back where they belong or wipe a counter or just straighten up a room. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and it really is amazing how much easier it is to stay on top of things when it's just kind of part of that natural rhythm, right? Not something that you have to climb a mountain to fix. And honestly, it's not something that I just expect my daughter to do. It's something that I need to model too. If a task takes 5 minutes or less, I just try to go ahead and do it so that it's done. Wipe the table after breakfast, maybe moving laundry over when I walk past, straightening up a pillow when I stand up. Just those little moments of clean as you go add up way more than we think. And if you're trying to build a better routine for your home, these kind of quick tidy up tasks can be a really great place to start. You can tie them into activities that you already know are going to happen every day. Like after breakfast, reset the kitchen. After schoolwork, kind of tidy up the table. After lunch, maybe sweep the floor. Tying those little small cleanups to daily events makes it easier to remember, and then pretty soon it just becomes second nature. You're not just working harder, you're working with the natural flow of your day. And that kind of rhythm feels a whole lot lighter to carry. Another thing that's made a really big difference for us is tip number 3, and that's learning to let independent work become part of your homeschool rhythm. When I first started homeschooling, I felt like I had to be sitting right next to my daughter for every single subject, every single assignment, all day. But I realized over time, learning how to work independently is part of her education. And it's not just about freeing up time for me. It's about giving her the confidence to learn, explore, and solve problems on her own. Now, in our day, we build in pockets of independent work on purpose. That might look like Bible study time. It might be a little bit of handwriting practice and then independent reading, and then maybe watching one of those discovery decks from the Waldock Way. Anything she can kind of do on her own, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, gives me a little bit of a window to move laundry, prep lunch, or just take a minute to catch my breath. And it gives her a sense of ownership over her learning. So when you start small with 1 or 2 simple tasks and celebrate those little wins, kids grow into independent learners naturally. It's not just about pushing them off to figure everything out on their own. It's about giving them space to build skills little by little while still knowing, of course, you're right there cheering them on. And honestly, that growing independence helps the whole house run up more smoothly too, because when they start managing those small parts of their day on their own, it frees you up to manage a little bit more of like the big picture. And of course, that is a win for everybody. Now, tip number 4 is to teach your kids to help. Because we were not meant to do all of this alone. If our kids live at home, they can help take care of it too. In our family, helping around the house is really just part of the rhythm of the day. My daughter does have certain tasks that she is expected to complete every day. And I have found that over time, a lot of those have actually just become habits for her, just kind of like I have created those little daily habits for myself. So she wipes down her bathroom sink after brushing her teeth, and she knows to put all of her curriculum back into the homeschool baskets when she is finished with them. She helps clean up the dinner table and load the dishwasher after meals. Those things aren't extras. It's just part of caring for the space that we live in. Then, of course, she has her regular daily chores. So like feeding and watering all of the animals in the morning and doing her own laundry each week. And then on Fridays, she actually has the chance to do extra jobs. So this is what we call bonus chores. This is things like cleaning out the trash from our vehicles, dusting baseboards, cleaning out the animal pens. These are things that she can earn a little extra with, and it gives her a little bit of kind of that sense of responsibility and pride. Now, if this is new for your family, you do not have to overhaul everything. Just start with one daily task, something simple, something they can do on their own from start to finish. Teach it well, give them time to practice it, and then celebrate the win, even if it is not perfect, okay? Over time, those things will grow into real habits, and they will help the home run more smoothly. Not just because things are getting done, but because everyone feels like they are part of making all of the home things work. And those Friday bonus chores, they actually tie right in to my final tip, which is tip 5, have a reset hour or a reset day. Friday is our reset day. It's when we intentionally slow down, finish what needs to be finished, and prepare our home and our hearts for rest. School does look different that day. It is more independent. We focus on kind of wrapping up work and home care. This is when we do our deeper cleans. It's when she gets to do some of those bonus chores and I take care of things that didn't get done earlier in the week. These are those weekly chores: vacuuming, resetting the homeschool spaces, prepping all of the meals for the week. And sometimes it's just making the house feel fresh after living in it for a full week. I also take time on Fridays to prep my little sewing space so that I can actually enjoy sewing over the weekend. That's just part of the reset too. So it's not just cleaning the house, but creating that little bit of space for mom for rest and creativity. And listen, your reset doesn't have to be all day, right? You can choose just 1 hour on Friday afternoons, or maybe a Saturday morning with the family and a good playlist, which I love, might be a better option. The point is to have a consistent rhythm that clears the clutter, both physical and mental, and helps you walk into the weekend with a sense of peace. Not because everything's done perfectly, but because you have made the space to pause and reset before a new week begins. That rhythm has been a gift in our home, and I really hope you try it and it blesses yours. At the end of the day, the goal isn't to juggle everything perfectly. It's to build a home where learning and living can happen side by side with grace, with purpose, and with joy, even in those small, ordinary things. That is it for today's video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.